Greetings everyone. Today my thinking is on emergency funds and a interesting way to save your funds that may end up making more funds or saving you on taxes. So everyone needs an emergency fund. You never know when something financial might happen. You lose your washer and dryer, your car breaks down, you have a medical emergency, you lose employment for a while. It really makes a ton of sense to have an emergency fund set up so that for some amount of time you have extra. And something you can do for your emergency fund that you may not realize, and I didn't realize it till recently, but you can use a Roth IRA as emergency fund. And now you might think, well, IRA, that's for retirement someday when you're old. The interesting thing to know is that a Roth IRA, because you've paid taxes already before you put that funding in there, you can pull the contributions out at any time without penalty. So the yearly contribution amount is $7,500 that you can put into an IRA. So you can save $7,500 into your IRA. Once it gets in there, you invest it, you let it grow. Well, you can pull your contributions out anytime in the future. So that $7,500 you can pull back out in the case of an emergency. Do that for 2 years. You've got, what's that, $15,000 saved that you could pull out for an emergency. Now any increase has to stay in the Roth. So if you should be investing in something, any of the growth stays inside the Roth, but the contributions can come back out. So this works best if you're in a high income type situation where the taxes are burdensome. So once the money gets in to the IRA, all of the growth is tax-free for your entire life. So just knowing that, hey, you can pull the contributions out of a Roth IRA makes a huge difference. And the Roth accounts are so awesome because any growth happens tax-free. And so put $7,500 in there. If you have an emergency, you can get it back out again, and it makes it really nice to be able to compound any of that growth tax-free. Now you might say, well, that's kind of scary. That's kind of interesting. How do you do it? It's kind of sounds complex. I like the Fidelity brokerage account system. And opening IRAs is really, really easy. You can do it all online. If you don't have a brokerage account, it's really easy to get that set up online. You just go to the Fidelity website, say I'd like a brokerage account. You give some bank information, you give yourself information. You can get an account open very easily within like 30 minutes or something. And then once you have an account open, it's really easy to set up a Roth account. Just do a search on Roth and they'll show you exactly how to do that. It takes maybe 10 minutes to get the Roth set up once you have the normal account set up. And then funding it is just as easy. You can link a local bank to it, do a ETF transaction where you just move money from a local bank, or you can deposit a check. It's really easy to fund it once it's there too. And so getting any amount up to $7,500 a year is pretty simple, straightforward. So don't let that scare you away. It's really easy to set up a Roth IRA. And you can even do multiple Roth IRAs. I have a couple different accounts set up that I've used over time. So if you want to allocate different funds or different portions each year to different types of emergencies, like let's say you have a medical emergency Roth, and then you have a car emergency Roth. It's really easy to kind of allocate, or you can separate your funds that way. You don't have to do it that way, but you can have multiple Roth accounts. And again, any of the contributions that you put in can be taken back out in the future. Any of the investment increase needs to stay in, but the contributions can come out. And something I like about the Fidelity accounts is that any money in your core account, you can set it up so it is in a money market account, which right now earns 4%. So just holding your money in a brokerage account as opposed to a bank potentially gives you a higher interest rate that you can earn. So every year, what's 7,500 times 4%? That's about $300 a year in interest that you would get, and that interest is tax-free. If you're in the 12% tax bracket, that would save you about $36 in taxes. Doesn't sound like a lot, but hey, every little bit is a bit you get to keep. So So opening up in IRAs is really easy. Opening up a brokerage account, really easy. Don't let that scare you away. And your core account can earn 4%, which is really cool. So take a look at that. It's just food for thought. Use an IRA for your investment fund, a Roth IRA, and there you go. There's your tip for the day.